one, the PH 1-year achievement is to clear Malaysia of the kleptocrat country at international level. Right? Basically, we regain our international status and respect from the international community on Malaysia. This will translate into more confidence in foreign direct investment, which is already taking place at the second half of 2018, and also increase international trade. For the simple reason that money laundering is a very serious international crime, and many countries has taken very stringent action against money laundering. And under the previous government, Najib is involved in the largest international money laundering scandal. With him as the Prime Minister of Malaysia, the whole Malaysia and 31 million Malaysian will be tainted with this money laundering scandal. So by us voting out Barisan Nasional, we cleared our name in the international community. And following from that, the immediate effect in monetary sense is a repatriation of 1MDB fund in the billions. Right, there are two that has been confirmed. One from US DOJ, an estimated USD 1.7 billion will be repatriated to Malaysia. Right, out of this sum, so far 322 million USD has been repatriated. If you convert it to 1 USD to 4 ringgit, it is about 1.3 billion back to Malaysia already. And the other source of the repatriation of 1MDB fund is the from Singapore. I estimated 50 million Sing dollar will be repatriated and was ordered, in fact, by Singapore court to be repatriated to Malaysia. So far, 15 million Sing dollar has been repatriated. There is about 45 million. Right? This money would not have been returned to Malaysia had Barisan Nasional still from the federal government. Number two, saving the country from being bankrupt. There are substantial savings that has been done by the new administration through renegotiation. Number one, through renegotiation of mega contracts entered into. I just list here 4 mega contracts that has been entered into by the previous government, which we have successfully renegotiated. Alright, the first one is ECRL project. Reducing the cost from 65.5 billion to 44 billion, a saving of 21.5 billion. Number two, MRT project, reducing the cost from 39.35 billion to 30.53 billion, a saving of 8.8 billion. Number three, LRT project, reducing the cost from 31.65 billion to 16.63 billion, a saving of 15 billion. Number five, DBKL, not DNKL, DBKL, Dewan Bandaraya, Kuala Lumpur, land alienation involving 97 parcels of land in Kuala Lumpur that was alienated, sold at a very cheap price to the cronies of Barisan Nasional during Barisan Nasional time. When we took over government, we renegotiated, either cancel the land alienation if it is not completed, or Even if it's completed, we renegotiated. Alright? And that amounts to a saving of 481 million ringgit Malaysia. The second way of saving the country from bankrupt is to stop the multi-billion bleeding on Felda and Lembaga Tabung Haji, which after the thorough investigation required an injection of 6 billion for Felda and 19.9 billion for Tabung Haji. So this is saving the country from being bankrupt. I understand that the Sarawak government has been crying foul about certain projects being cut in Sarawak. Right, this is a national effort by the PH government to save our country. Right, if you look at the figures involved, the cut in budgets involved in West Malaysia is a lot more than the cut of the budget for those projects in Sarawak. I urge the Sarawak GPS not to cry baby over this. It is a necessary action on the part of the federal government to save our country as a whole. Right, the amount that you've seen here, we are talking about savings of cutting of on 3 projects, at least it's already 35 billion cut. All right, that is a lot more than whatever that is cut in Sarawak. All right, and this cutting of the scaling down of the budget was necessary and is necessary because of the way Barisan Nasional has run the country for the past decades. Right, number 3, achievements involve institution reforms to safeguard our future generations. Different persons holding the post of Prime Minister and Finance Minister. And Prime Minister's tenure limited to 2 terms. Number 3, appointment of opposition MP as the PAC chairman to determine the agenda for PAC investigation and supervision over the executive. Alright. Number 4, formation of parliamentary select committee comprising opposition members in the appointment of important positions in GLCs. Alright, number 5, open tenders of government procurements. Number 6, declaration of assets by MPs and cabinet ministers for more transparency and accountability for those who hold these positions, these public positions. Alright, number 7, fairer media coverage on both ruling and opposition party. I know that the Abdul Karim has been complaining that RTM has not been fair to them, to GPS. I just remind Abdul Karim, previously the ruling party has 100% of airtime. Opposition has 0% from RTM. Now we implement, if not 50-50, more or less. Alright, that's why I think he feels uncomfortable having less airtime. Okay, number 4, economic projects which benefits the people. Okay, number 1 is a suspension of the floating raw 95 and diesel prices and capping them at 2.8 cent, at 2 ringgit and 8 cent per liter for raw 95 and 2 ringgit and 18 cent per liter for diesel. Alright, without this capping exercise, capping decision, the current raw 95 price would be 2 ringgit and 51 cent, and the current diesel price would be 2 ringgit and 48 cent. Right? There's the number 2, the suspension of the Purple LPG Tong initiative. Okay, 2 months, 3 months ago, there was this announcement by Petronas that they are going to implement this purple tank, purple tong. Alright? What is the difference between the purple tong and the LPG purple tong and the yellow tong and or the green tong of LPG? Okay? The normal household gas, i.e. the green one, the 14 kg, green LPG or yellow LPG tongs, these are subsidized gas. Right? These are subsidized gas. We kept the price at 26 ringgit 60 cent per 14 kg tong. I.e. we fix the price at 1 ringgit and 90 cent per kilo. Alright, of course the amount, the price, 26 ringgit 60 cent does not include the transportation of the dealers delivering the tongs to your house. Okay, they are entitled to charge 3 ringgit to 5 ringgit or some 2 ringgit or 1 ringgit. Okay, that depends on the distance of the journey. Without the subsidy, it will be around 56 ringgit per 14 kg tongs. Okay, the purple tongs are those gas, the LPG without subsidy. This initiative has been, in fact, it has been planned before the election. Otherwise, 2-3 months ago, it's impossible for Petronas to come out with so large number of purple tongs. Okay, they have to plan it, they have to approve it, they have to order it, get it manufactured, and ready for delivery to the consumers. Okay, so the whole process will take about a year. Okay, so it has started actually before the election. Okay, so and these purple tongs are targeted for all food outlets. Alright, all food outlets, i.e. all kopitiams, the stores, the makan stores, all these are supposed to use the purple tong. Right, those hawkers, store owners are supposed to buy these purple tongs at about 60 ringgit per tong. Okay, when Petronas launched this initiative, formally made public this initiative 3 months ago, our ministry, my ministry, immediately issued an order not to implement it. Alright, i.e. to allow these food owners, food stores, hawkers to continue using subsidized gas. Okay, i.e. 26.6 ringgit, 26 ringgit and 60 cent per tong. So this is a nationwide decision. So this is another savings for the people. Alright, imagine one hawker using 1 tong a day, having to pay extra 30 ringgit a day. That will translate into 900 ringgit extra to be paid by one single store owner. So this is one of the achievement of PH government, which you may not have known, you may not know, but which we stop it at the back. Alright, leave it at the back. Okay, number 3, replacing GST with SST. Though there are some complaints about, after SST you can't notice any difference. But overall, it is a savings of the tax. It saves the taxpayer an estimated total amount of 20 billion a year on tax payable to the government. So somewhere along the supply chain, somewhere along the food production chain, somewhere along the construction chain, there is a saving. There is some savings. Alright, all in 20 billion that you don't have to pay. Okay. And number 4 is the refund of the GST, and income tax in the total sum of 37 billion by the government. This amount was owed by previous government to the taxpayer. GST refund that is supposed to be paid within a month, which was not paid, and which was kept by the previous government for more than 3 years, or 2 years, or 1 year. Alright, I think maybe some has forgotten when they demand for the refund of the GST. In less than a week or 2 weeks, the custom will be knocking on their door to do field audit. Right? So this has been going on under the previous government. So here, under the new government, it is a 37 billion refund. Of course, I have not inserted, I'll just add in here also for the economic projects that is benefiting the people. There are other welfare programs that benefit the people. The BSH, okay, Bantuan Sara Hidup, which is a variation of the BRIP. Okay, but under the new government, there are more more targeted payment out of the assistance fund to the more needy ones. We updated our records. Right? Those are not justified, will not get it. Right? Under the previous brief program, we read about reports about people driving Mercedes to go and collect brief. Right? Or driving large, huge cars to go and collect their brief. So this has been cleaned up so that only those who really benefits get it. Of course, there are some glitches in the implementation. We are in the process of updating constantly the database. Okay, but an effort to transform this welfare program. Number 2 will be Nice Salam. Also for those B40 who are diagnosed with the 36 critical illness, alright, they will immediately get 8,000 ringgit.
50 years and below.
Huh?
50 years.
For 50 years and below. Okay, for 50 years old or below, B40, if you are diagnosed with any one of the 36 illnesses, critical illnesses, like the insurance scheme, you'll be paid 8,000. Right? Of course, you are still also entitled to the public hospital services. But as we all know, beside the public hospital, the free public hospital services, these normally cancer victims, these victims will need further monetary help. Alright, and this is what is offered, 8,000. Okay, another program that has been implemented by the PH government is the iShuri. Right, the government contribution for housewife to the EPF. We open EPF account for housewives. So Violet is the expert in all these welfare programs. If you need to know details of this, you can contact her. So she knows all the ins and outs, how to apply, how to update the system. Okay, so these are few of the welfare programs that was not implemented. As for Sabah and Sarawak, the fifth, number 1 is we have formation of the cabinet committee to look into the implementation of the rights of Sabah and Sarawak under MA 63. This cabinet committee is headed by the Prime Minister, which manifests the seriousness and sincerity with which the PH government is looking into the restoration of the rights of Sabah and Sarawak under MA 63. Previously, under PH government, it's just one of the Minister of Law heading it. it was Nancy Shukri. After a few months, she was replaced by Azalina. Alright? And since Azalina became the Minister of Law, the committee suddenly dozed off, i.e. not doing anything anymore. And it just goes to show that you know those are just ministerial committee. But here we have a cabinet committee, which is headed by the prime ministers. Okay, so this is the huge difference. And also we have tabled the Article 1(2) of the Federal Constitution Amendment Bill to restore Sabah and Sarawak to their position as per 1963 Federal Constitution. But sad to say, this bill was rejected by GPS, was defeated by GPS working together with PAS and UPNO to defeat the bill and to frustrate the PH government's initiative to restore Sarawak and Sabah to its original position at the formation of